What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. And my Amazon FBA business turned 2 years old last month. And last year I did a video in which I broke down everything that I learned in the 1 year that my business lived. And since that happened, so actually I did two videos last year, part one and part two. Some of the things that I said in that video, they're true and I agree with them, but I've learned more since then, so I have things to add. This year I was actually fully employed by my business. I was not actually employed, but I was doing my business full time, so I had the opportunity to dive deeper, to give it more attention, to do more trainings, to try more things. So I actually have, I think, a lot of things that you will want to listen to. Maybe next year I decide to do another one of these in case what I say today is then not aligned anymore as I get more experienced. Let's just take a look. The first thing that I really felt is exactly just how expensive Amazon is for sellers. The thing I have to say about this is that I'm not really pleased about the way I went about talking about this topic, because yes, Amazon is expensive for sellers, but they also give you so much, and I will get to it on point number two. However, I just feel like whatever Amazon charges you, it's justified because it offers you the infrastructure for you to build your business, for you to create your business, for you to make a sale and make a profit from day one without having to get any external traffic. So I just think that it is definitely justified. I don't know, I'm very grateful to Amazon for the service that they offer to me as a seller. Therefore, I just think like this energy that I was bringing in that moment, it's not 100% what I feel anymore about the topic. Because you can always make a profit as long as you plan everything well and as long as you make sure that you have all of your costs broken down and your profitability calculations are accurate. On that note, I actually have a sheet that I created, and this is the actual sheet that I still use today in order to measure and to calculate all of my shipments profitabilities and to make sure that any new products that I bring in are profitable. You can grab it in the first link down below. This is the exact same sheet that I use, and yeah, you can also get it for you so that you can rest assured that every single penny that you spend and that you give Amazon doesn't matter because you're still making your cut. Let's move on to point number two. For the key takeaway here is to prioritize getting your own channel, so selling your stuff on your own website, on your own platform as soon as possible. And here I think I brought that point up, and of course it is true, but I brought that up as a sequence and a consequence of the costs that Amazon charges you as a seller. However, I actually, this year, having more time for my business, I actually got to try to build my own channel. You can find everything literally about my experience in videos part one and part two. Actually, I learned that it is not as easy as I thought, or I mean, I knew it wouldn't be easy, but it's definitely a challenge to build your own channel. And you need to, I think, have a good budget for advertising. And also you need to have some time in which you accept that you will have to do a lot of trial and error with your ads. So good thing for me about Amazon is that you do not necessarily need to spend so much money on marketing and advertising because Amazon already has so much traffic built into the platform. However, if you run your own channel and your own website, your own store, and you're not an influencer or you do not have any external way that's free of bringing traffic in, you will most likely have to experience this ramp up, which is either an organic build of, let's say, social media or an audience, which takes a while these days. You know, it will take you a year to 2 years. I've seen it with my boyfriend's business. You will have to bring people and catch them as they are going about their business online, so spending a lot of money on ads. So yes, building your own channel should be a goal and a priority. However, for me, what I learned this year is that actually the low-hanging fruit, for now at least, is Amazon, and I will just focus on getting more products there, building my brand there, and once that is big enough and I have like enough of a profit, Then I start this other project that is building my own channel. And also then in this store, there will be then a lot of different products that I already tested and I know that work and that the market accepts because I had all of this experience on Amazon. There will be time in the future to build my own store. Having my second product fail, having it flop, was actually something very good that gave me a whole nother understanding of what it is like and what it's needed in order to make it on Amazon. And it taught me a lot more than my first product that actually worked. Yes, having products fail is a really good thing because you learn what doesn't work, but I also have to say, and I didn't know that back then, that having products succeed, like back to back to back, it's also amazing because then you're sure of what you're doing and you're sure that you understand the game, you understand your client, you understand how to analyze Amazon and decide what is the next strategic move for you. And also having that confidence feels really good because you can plan ahead and you kind of have less fear. You can start to make bigger investments, meaning you can start to get a bigger return on your investments as well. So what helped me for that a lot was to take Marketplace Superheroes, the course. I took the Ignite course, and you can find several videos on it here. Also, if you do decide to sign up, please use my link in the description. It's an affiliate link. We're partners, so they took so much value from their course because I really learned how to make sure that every single product I add works, and that has done wonders for my business. I'm so thankful to them. Nothing is good, but succeeding is also really, really good. But you need to know that you will not become a millionaire overnight once you start an e-commerce business, okay? Especially if you start with a low investment. You need scale in order to make bank. Yes, nothing to add. You do not become a millionaire overnight. I would like to also say something, update you. I still did not take a single penny from my business, so no salary for me, no nothing, because I'm investing every penny back into the business to bring in new products. And finally, it is accelerating, so maybe soon I could take something and it wouldn't really make a difference on the overall, but I think that's important for you to know. And I've been doing this for 2 years and I still, I'm not on that space and place. Maybe also because I did so many mistakes, it took me very long for me to get to a space in which every month the revenue and the profit is growing. However, I think it is important to just point that out, and not everything is what it seems. Even like when you guys watch me, you know, I try to stress like this is not like, you know, I'm not a millionaire or whatever yet, but I just really have to say that it's really maybe the 1% of people who just make it super fast, you know, and maybe that's kind of also what you see online, and it's not always the case for everyone. I would say that the main takeaway here is that patience is key. Patience is literally everything. It's not a strong suit of mine, I have to admit, but these things take time, especially e-commerce. Yes, it can work for you in your sleep, but you need to be willing to put in the time. 100%, I think patience is the key and the name of the game when it comes to e-commerce, especially if you go at it in the way that I did, which was very experimental with just a little bit of money, giving time and also space for me to fail a couple of times and to keep going. So really carefully, yeah, I think it will definitely take time. And it can take time, and you need to be patient. Every time you fail or something doesn't go like you want it to go, you need to know to stand up and keep going. However, if I would start now, I would do it differently, and I know then I would have to be less patient because I would just have a different experience. So first, take a course, again, Marketplace Superheroes. Like if I would have known what I learned with them back then, it would have been so different, my journey. It would have been just so much better overall. And with that knowledge, I would then make a proper business plan, meaning, you know, maybe adding 1 product a month, or like having, you know, a launch with 3 to 5 products and then like adding 1 product a month. So I would make such a plan, and then I would maybe get a loan or maybe ask friends or family for a little bit more of capital, because then I would be like justified and I would know that the odds of me succeeding in at least, I don't know, 80% of the product, something like that, would be big, so I could make my money back in 6 months to a year. That way there would be a lot more movement from day one, and I think then it would be a lot more dynamic, and I wouldn't have to be so patient and just wait so long for the return on my first shipment to come back so I can place a second one, and then I don't know, 3 shipments in, maybe I have enough profit in order to not just restock, but also get a second product, and so on, the way I did it, basically. Reviews are everything, as I'm sure you know, followed by price. And that's price part, I really learned with my second story that I just told you. That really showed me how important price is. Here I actually have a different opinion. Reviews and price, okay, not really. I think actually choosing the right product is everything, and choosing the right product is the main thing I learned from Marketplace Superheroes course. Basically, if you choose the right product, meaning you find a product that is not too competitive, that there's a space for you to come in and do something better than the others do, or do something different than the others do, then you will always succeed, because people will have that need and you will be there to solve it for them. And on that note, what I've done with at least one of my products is that I've seen that, and I actually came in with a higher price product because it is better. It's fancier. Positioning is a little bit higher. So I can actually command a higher price, and it sold from day one with 0 reviews. And I actually tell you about that launch in this video. So reviews and price actually aren't everything if your product is really good and if you choose the product very well in a way that works really well with the market. And for that, I again recommend Marketplace Superheroes and the method that they teach you. That was everything I covered on part 1 of my first year anniversary experience, first year of Amazon experience. And I also did, though, a part 2, and I want to talk about those things as well. Part 2, I mainly covered freight forwarding and shipping across the world, because for me at that time it was kind of like a challenging topic. I was still learning the best way to deal with it, and I tried a lot of different, not a lot, I tried some different things, and now I found something that actually really works well for me, and that takes all of the stress out of my plate, and I literally do not have to worry about anything except writing a couple of emails and then paying an invoice when the goods arrive. Essentially, Incoterms refer to the different modalities that you can use to ship goods from your supplier, your seller, usually in Asia, to wherever you are based in. The main ones, I think the most common ones, which are Xworks, FOB, and DDP. And what I use is Xworks, and I explain also all of that in that video, so please go back and watch it, and also in a couple of other videos. I will also make sure to link down below why I use Xworks and not FOB, DDP, or any other Incoterm. Basically, I always get my freight forwarder, which is a partner of mine, DHL. I work with DHL currently. I just tell them, please pick up these goods. This is the amount of cartons or pallets or whatever it is, this location, this factory, and bring it to the warehouse in Germany. And they do that for me. He gives me a quotation for how much that would be. Sometimes it happens, and maybe this is also something that I learned how to do since year 1 to year 2. Right now, the shipping and freight costs are kind of high. There were usually some things that I used to ship simply by air that now I'm choosing to divide. So I told them specifically, let's ship 4 boxes by air just so that I have the stocks for the launch, and then let's ship the other 16 by sea, because I'm pretty sure that I will only need those in 2 months. And then therefore they are responsible, or I am responsible for the whole thing. And I think it's a very clean solution, and working with DHL so far was not, I didn't have any problem, first of all, and also it was not more expensive than other things that I tried before, that I told you about before. Having a freight forwarder is amazing, and it's also like they are an extension of my team. I have an account manager that works for DHL, and he knows of my business, he knows the way I do things. Periodically, and every time I take things from the warehouse to send to the fulfillment center, he sends me an updated list of everything that I have on the warehouse, so how many boxes each product I still have, so I can very easily, of course I also have my own methods of keeping track of things, but I can make sure that everything makes sense. Always make sure to choose your packaging so that it is light, small if possible, so compact, and very resistant to shock and also resistant to dirt, kind of. Yes, that's true. I learned a lot from that experience, and since then I did not have that problem anymore. I always think about packaging before. That's also something that they tell you about and they teach you about marketplace superheroes. Just reaffirmed what I learned from my past experience about packaging. Is that I would highly recommend you to handle your first shipment yourself. It was my living room. There was a huge pile of stock, like literally a pile like of products. First of all, it gives you like another dimension of knowledge of what you're doing, like ideas for improvement. So you really can QA each unit from, in that case, my first shipment. Well, I cannot relate to that anymore because I built now my business to be 100% off of my plate. So I just have my computer and then I do not hold any inventory anymore. Everything is in the warehouse. I do not see my stuff anymore. So I guess that was a good experience for sure. However, looking back, I do not think you need to do that because everybody that you work with, whether it's your supplier in China or even a 3PL company that you can get to do the assembly for you if that's really what you need for some reason, like they are so much better than you can be because they are professionals in the topic. Also, the time that you will spend to do these things like by yourself, whether it's assembling, changing packaging, whatever it may be, putting barcodes, like that time is never justified because if you pay someone to do it, putting barcodes, Amazon can do that for you, assembling, this 3P company can do that for you. They like that will always be cheaper than how much your time, the time that you will spend doing that thing is worth, if that makes any sense. So that was a good experience for me, yes. But if you can, do not just do it more professionally from day one. I think I did not know because I was trying to piece the pieces as I was going. I didn't invest in a course. I didn't have anyone to tell me what to do. I was just going with the flow. So yeah, advice that I can give you is just don't, maybe. That's all I have for you guys today. I really hope it was helpful and I hope I can, update everything that I learned. I think it's important. Tell you the things that I said that maybe I don't agree with or that I have a different perspective to add to the one I had back then. Because I know you guys are still watching those videos and I want to just show you that things change and that I'm also learning as I go. I'm only 2 years in the game, so if you want more information on Amazon FBA, then make sure to head to the description where you can find my free resources. You can download them and I'm sure you will find a lot because it's like 11 pages of like free resources that I prepared that will help you on your Amazon FBA journey. And thank you so much for your time and see you next time. Bye!